Hey guys, Amy Wood live on Facebook. We have just completed another cut-in on television, and I want to show you what's happened in literally seconds from when we got off TV. Look what's happened. The electoral votes were just about tied, 68, 67, something like that. And now look at this. Clinton is falling behind Trump 123 to 97. It looks to me like Mississippi might be the state that came in between the moments. And oh yeah, a bunch of more in the Midwest there. Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Wyoming. So that's where we were talking about. All of this popped in. So there you go. There's Trump taking some more states and pulling ahead on the electoral vote count. Again, though, look at the United States map. You see how much is left to be decided. There's so much to come. North Carolina being a key state, Florida, another one, and Georgia. If you look down here, they show you how things are leaning. And so, hold on, let me go back here. These are the states that are toss-up. So these are the toss-up states right now. You've also got states that are leaning toward Clinton, North Carolina and Virginia leaning and on the edge. And then you've got Georgia on the edge, and that's about it. So these states are tough to, and still to come. These are the things people are waiting to find out about. I would love to bring in Jonathan Sarnoff. Is he downstairs still? He's down here? Okay. I'm going to bring Jonathan Sarnoff back on, you guys. We're going to walk in here and say hello to Dr. Sarnoff and see what he has to say about these latest results. Hey, things are popping and rocking, so we thought we'd come back in. Popping and rocking. So we're going to come in and talk a little bit about what we're seeing, especially what we're looking at here in terms of what is now sort of these battleground toss-up states.
Right.
These seem to be the things we're paying the most attention to. Obviously, Georgia, North Carolina there.
Right, exactly.
And we just had an electoral count change, as you might have seen on the national networks.
Yeah, and nothing out of the ordinary. Texas was declared for Trump. Not a surprise for that. People thought it may be a battleground because of the large Hispanic vote there, but it's not surprising that that Trump won Texas. So really, things are. We don't really have any clear results in those battleground states right now. I just saw you just had. If you bring up this right here. Yeah. So you see, like, for example, Georgia. Georgia's been a traditionally red state since 1992, when Bill Clinton won the state. It's not really, it is considered to be a battleground state this year, but still, it would be a huge upset if Hillary did win. But look at North Carolina, where Hillary Clinton right now has the edge. Roy Cooper, interestingly enough, Roy Cooper also has the edge in the gubernatorial race right now, and maybe there's some coattail effect there with Clinton and McCrory. We still have to see what's going to happen in the Senate race there, but right now it just seems Florida is still a big toss-up state. I think Hillary was confident she was going to win it, and now it's taking a little longer than she thought. It seems like some votes still need to come in from some Democratic areas in Florida, but we may be here a while, Amy, and maybe we can have here till tomorrow morning. We'll see Fred and Tracy.
That's right, the Daybreak Show. And of course, you guys, we want you to stay up with us all night, and then we want you to get up really early with us too.
Yes.
But we will be bringing you coverage no matter what you do. So if you are tired, you got to get up early tomorrow, don't forget the Daybreak will have you covered. So don't worry. And with all the stress that this election's put on everybody, you probably need a good night's sleep. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We don't have to get it though, right? We'll be here
I
2
live
to 3
on
in the
this
morning.
stuff.
So,
Yeah,
right, exactly.
We journalists and
this is our adrenaline. This is our coffee. This is our caffeine.
Yeah, and
right?
I think for everybody at this point, after putting up with this entire campaign all year, even if you're not into it, like the people like us, you're into it because you're like, okay, I put way too much time and effort and patience into this process, and I want to know the results.
Well, people literally, I've seen articles about people literally having election stress or election fatigue.
We did a story yesterday on it.
There really is no country in the world where an election goes on for, this has been going on for a year and a half, Amy. Right. So I think the American people are just ready to go back to their regular routines, whatever they will be, and maybe take a break from politics, at least for a couple of months. So.
But it's been interesting to see how engaged people have gotten. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, people haven't gotten. Obviously, there's a lot of interest in this presidential race just because of the nature of who's running. You have a businessman, certain celebrity reality star on one hand, and the wife of a former president on the other. So there's a lot of interest in the race, and people are becoming more well informed about it. But there may be a thing, too much information, too much,
TMI.
TMI, right? Exactly. People getting a little election fatigue, a little election stress. So,
it's been one to remember, one for the record books.
It will. We will say we lived through the election of 2016, and our grandchildren will ask about it. So.
And the funny thing I keep thinking about is how will the school teachers, like the elementary school teachers, teach the election of 2016?
Yeah, I think they'll be leaving a lot out for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be the G-rated version for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
But certainly when you get to the college level, be learning all about us.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think, as you're big on social media. I mean, social media has played a huge role in this election this year.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing how much, Twitter and Facebook have played a role in disseminating the messages of the candidates and keeping people engaged. And
well, the scary thing to me, we talked about the young vote, like getting the millennials to go and vote. And we had a situation, Diane Lee was at the Social Media Listening Center in Clemson, where they were showing that there are all these like deceptive lie tweets out there about like, oh, you can text in your vote. You can, go online and vote. And that is not how voting works in America right now. It may come one day, but right now that's not how it works.
Well, and that's why I tell my students at Limestone, I tell them, when you get your information, make sure you get it from a variety of sources. Don't don't believe what you hear or believe what you read. You have to really, use your critical thinking skills and absorb what's being read, because you're right. I mean, that's just not right.
But I can see a young person buying into it.
Right, exactly.
Not knowing better and saying, oh, shoot, yeah, I'll text in my vote. That's a lot easier.
Right. So it's our job. The media and educators to tell our young people, look, this is not the way things work. This is the way the electoral process works, and got to do it the right way.
One of the other, going from the opposite, okay, so from the millennials down to the older voters, I had a story that I verified with the elections director in Spartanburg County that a gentleman, older, went to vote in Walnut Grove today, so in the lower part of Spartanburg County, and he wasn't on the roll, which the reason for that was he had not voted in 30 years, and he came out for this election.
Right.
A couple of things. Of course, you're always permanently registered to vote in South Carolina. All they have to do is kind of reactivate you. It's an activation thing, not really that you're taken off the roll per se.
Sure.
But they were able to fix this quickly, and he was able to vote.
Right.
But what does it tell us about somebody who hasn't voted in 30 years who went to the polls today?
Yeah, I mean, just because this presidential election has been part of everybody's lives, and it's hard. It's hard to find someone out there, Amy, that doesn't have an opinion on it, and maybe even a strong opinion about it. So this gentleman from Walnut Grove, maybe he's someone who just had a very strong opinion and wanted to express himself
in a certain way,
got his vote counted. So,
all right. So, anybody have a question for our fabulous expert tonight? This is going to go way into the morning, says Angela.
That's my professor. I said hi. Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Zach Daniels. I'm trying to think.
In Limestone, you guys, LOL. That's so cool. Well, Zach, I'm sure once he starts thinking about your amazing grades, right, he'll remember you clearly, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. So many students. I've had hundreds of students through the years.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody wants to come on camera, I don't know if anybody does, to say hello and to ask a question, you're welcome to. I'm trying to see if I have anybody who can.
I'm just gonna check
keep
and
looking.
See if
Keep looking. How about Kim Russell? Do you want to come on and ask a question? I can invite Kim to the broadcast. Let's see if Kim wants to come on. We're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon, but Kim, if you have a question or if you just want to come on and talk about, your thoughts about the election, we'd love to hear your opinion. Plus, Sarnoff hasn't seen how this works yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only person.
This is all new to me.
I'm the only person who could do this because of a fabulous testing status they have with Facebook. So we're able to actually bring people on. It looks like FaceTime. And they come up, they appear in this corner up here.
I think hasn't Donald Trump used this recently, these live Facebook chats? Yes, I think so. I think I saw something about that.
Maybe they made him a tester.
By the way, a couple more states in the Trump column here, but nothing, the whole midsection of the country, which is, very red, very solidly Democratic. I do see Nebraska, sometimes they split, that's one of the few states that actually splits their electoral votes along with Maine. It looks like the entire state's been called for Trump, but that's still not surprising.
Right.
Still, the map is there's nothing surprising on this map so far. It just is breaking exactly the way people predicted for Democrats and Republicans. So
yeah, I've invited Dina. I don't know if she can come on, but Dina, you're welcome to come on as we sit here and watch the results and see what the electoral column looks like now. So it's inched up just a little bit more with the
Right.
Trump edging ahead. But again, this is early, folks. We're still early into the
Right.
evening.
And you still have big states like, you could basically put the 55 electoral votes from California right into Hillary Clinton's column right now, and that's obviously a big state.
One of the other things we're tracking is the Lawrence County Sheriff's rates. Don Reynolds apparently has won the Lawrence County Sheriff's rates. Is looking that way. He was the challenger to the former sheriff in the primary, and then had I think a write-in challenger for this final face-off.
Do we have any word on the House GOP? I know Trey Gowdy won his race.
This just gives us a balance of power for each. So the Senate and the let's look.
I'm
at
just
this.
wondering if the South Carolina House races.
I know that obviously Tim Scott has been called.
Tim Scott's been called. We know that.
But I don't know about the others.
And I assume Jim Clyburn is, if he hasn't been called, will be called for Columbia. I just wondered about the other. I don't think any of the other races were competitive.
Oh, U.S. history last year.
Okay. Hi, Zach.
Okay, Zach.
How are you?
All right, prove it. Tell us a historical fact that you remember that Dr. Sarnoff taught you. You're on the spot, buddy. He can't come on camera, or I would put him on the spot.
Okay.
I would totally make you go on camera.
That's funny.
And we would ask you a trivia question from class.
Oh, my gosh. I don't want to put poor Zach on the spot. Thanks for tuning in, Zach.
We're glad.
And watching.
All right. Well, everybody, I'm going to run and go get ready for this next cut-in. If there's anything major that develops, we'll pop back on. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, yes? Oh, it's okay. Oh, you're fine. Okay. I love Peggy Noonan. Do you guys watch her on CBS? She's so,
For the
there's
Wall
something
Street Journal, yeah.
so classy and awesome about her. She's on the Face of the Nation a lot on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.